A square prism of base height 30 mm and axis length 60 is resting on HP on its base with all vertical faces being equal to inclined to VP. That means it is here also we need to construct a square prism of dimension 30 with respect to corner position. Okay, and here in the cutting plane it is inclined at 60 degree perpendicular to VP, and it is passing at a distance of 50 mm from the base. So we need to draw the development of the lower portion of the prism here. So first I have taken a reference point, then I have put the protractor and mark for 45 degree. Now I am drawing a line of length 30 mm passing through that point. Okay. So draw a line of length 30 mm passing through that particular point. So from this end also you can draw. Take the compass and cut the arc for 30 mm. You can measure it any one of the edge. At the reference point, from the reference point you can cut it. Okay. And then join it to get the square with respect to corner position. You can show the dimension on one side, that is 30 mm. Okay, then it is a prism, that means it is having two faces, top face and the bottom face. Okay, here in the thin lines I am trying to get the center of the axis. Okay, show the dimension 30. You can write A1, BB1, CC1 and DD1 and O1. Okay, then draw XY line. Draw the projection lines from all these ends. Okay, draw the projection lines. You can draw the axis line of length 60 mm. 60 mm. So you can draw measure exactly 60 mm, that is 6 centimeter from the scale. You can draw vertical line, that is axis line here. So using the axis line we can draw the front view of this square prism. You can easily draw. Okay, so that completes the front view of the square prism. You get a rectangular face here. Okay, now here you can see, so inclined plane, that is a cutting plane. So we will show the dimension here. The dimension it is 60 mm. So axis length we show that. Okay, now you can see that the vertical plane, that is inclined plane, cutting at an angle of 60 degree, and it is at a height of 50 mm from the base. So from the base we need to consider 50. So mark a point for a 50 mm, that is 5 centimeter. Okay, then take the protractor mark for angle 60 degree here. Okay, mark for angle 60 degree, and then draw a line of line passing through that angle point. So mark the reference point. Till there we can draw a cutting plane here. Okay, exactly at that point you can mark. Okay, so here, so that is our 1.1, and exactly where it is meeting. 2 point, it is exactly at the B, and 3 point. So we need to draw vertically downward line. We don't know exactly where it is cutting, so we need to draw vertically downward line. So it is cutting here exactly at 3, and here we get the 4, and 5 point we are getting exactly at the D point here. So we need to draw the development of this. Okay, I'll show where it is exactly cutting. So it is exactly cutting at 50 mm from the base. You can show that dimension. So now you can extend it. So because it is drawn with the parallel line method, just you draw 2 lines extending from here. Okay, so here it is a 30 mm base length. It is having 4 sides, means we need to extend by till 120 mm. Okay, so first you will take a reference end here. From this point I will be marking exactly at 120 mm, that is 12 centimeter. on the both side I'll be marking it. Okay, so now we'll join this. Till here we need to extend. Okay, exactly here, till here, so you can join it. So now you can take the compass and cut exactly, measure 30, any one of the edge you can measure, and cut 4 arcs here. Okay, it is having 4 sides, right? You can cut 4 arcs. Okay, so you can cut it exactly 4 arcs. Okay, then draw vertical lines joining at these points. Okay, so these are the true lengths you can draw. Okay, so you can mark A, B, C, D, capital A, B, C, D here. Okay, then so we need to extend this one point. So we extend, so we get it on the point A here. On the line A, we getting this here. So we're drawing thin lines. So on the A line, we marking 1, 1. Same way, we'll be extending this 2 and 5 point. So if we extend this, so 2 we are getting on the line that is the edge B, and the 5 point we getting on the edge D. Now for that 3 and 4 we need to measure exactly how much it is. So it is around 1.1 something it is getting. This is 11 mm are getting. So what we do, so we can take the compass and measure the same length, and we can cut the arc. Okay, from 2 to 3 and 5 to 4, like that we can do. So we can measure anyone from here to here or from this point. Okay, so here, from here also you can measure. It is around 12-13 mm we are getting it. So we can measure this. So we can measure this, and we can cut the arc by measuring the using compass. So you can measure that particular length, and we can cut the arc here. Okay, from 2 to 3, again from that 5 to 4. Okay, it's the same length it is. You can cut it, and we can mark that is 3 and that is 4. Okay, now we can join all these points. So again draw here one other vertical line here. Okay, so I'll be joining all these things with the straight line. So you need to dark this where we are getting the points, right? Exactly at these points we need to dark this. Okay, we need to dark this. So we need to join with the straight line using scale. Okay, you have to dark these particular points. Okay, you need to darken all the edges. Okay, so that is what the development of the lower portion of the prism. Okay, cutted portion. So I'll be darkening this again, these vertical edges. Okay, vertical edges I'm darkening here. Okay, here also this cutted portion. So in the front view also I'm going to dark it. Okay, that is what the retained portion, cutted portion, retained, and this is what the lower portion of the prism. So that's why we are darkening it. Okay, so that completes the development of the square prism. Okay, thank you. Good morning all. So we have to construct the development of the square prism using solid edge software. Okay, so first we have to construct a square prism here with the dimension. Here the solid edge I am using the newer version, that is solid edge 2021. I got it from the Google. Okay, so I will tell you how to download from it. Okay, in the next subsequent videos. So first I am constructing an XY line with the thickness of 0.13, and then I'll be constructing, giving the naming here. Okay, the font size I'll make it as 5 so that it is visible, XY VPHP, because we are using the first quadrant. Okay, now we can see the diagram. You have to construct a square of dimension 40 resting with the corner position. First I will constructing a square using rectangle by center. Here I will give the width 40, height also 40, and angle 45 degree. Okay, angle 45 degree we have to give, then place it, and we can show the dimension using smart dimension for one edge. Okay, So I'll make this thick, okay, by selecting I'll make it 0.50 mm. We know that the lamina should be 0.50 mm. Okay. So you can see the front view, it is 65 mm. So by drawing the projection lines, you can draw the front view of it. You can see how beautiful it is. It is showing the length, angle, everything at that instant, and exactly the middle point and all, everything we can able to rectify it easily. So in this version, okay. So the front view here, it will be drawn with the 0.50 mm, length of 65. Okay. On the line of length 65 mm we can give. So you can get the end point exactly. You can see that how beautiful it is. The software here you can show the smart dimension 65 mm. Okay. Now we can give the naming here. So as it is there in the problem, I'll write the same notations ABCD. I'm not writing the all the bottom face notation. ABCD only I'll mention with the solution book. Now we have to consider a line from the top face at a distance of 15 mm. So you can see that this is our top face. From here to here, I'll be drawing a vertical line of 15. You can type in 15 and then enter. Here you have to take section plane. For that, I'll be taking an axis line here for the section plane here. Okay. You can see here, it is there at a distance of 15 mm from the top face, and it is having an angle of 60 degree. Okay, for this software, you can see we can use the tab button. Okay, in order to change it, you cannot give it directly here, so you can use the tab button here. Okay, tab button, and you can give the angle 60 degree. Enter. Okay, so this is what we got the section plane. Now using extend to next, we can extend this line. Okay, so in this here, the extend to next command, it is there within the split command. Okay, so here it's not directly given, and they are mentioning some of the commands within the commands. It is there. Just you go inside the split command, you will get that. Okay, using parallel line also we can do it, but the best way here it is to go for the extend to next. Okay, extend to next we go, we'll get the exact parallel line here. Okay, within this we have extend to next, we have extended, and we can show the angle here using angle command, angle between. So angle we getting here 60 degree. Okay. Okay, now you can see we have to develop the retained portion of it. So the remaining lines, the upper portion, I am going to make it as a thin line. Before that, I have to use the split command and split it where we want to make it the thick lines. Okay, so I'll be splitting up, so it will be easy for us to make the differentiate with the thick line and the thin line. Okay, okay, so now we can give the namings here. Okay, we have to give the namings here wherever the actually cutting is happening. Okay, so here 1, it is exactly cutting at the edge, vertical edge A, and similarly 2, it is cutting exactly at the point B, but the point 3, it's not cutting on that exact vertical edge, so it is cutting in between B and C. Okay, it is cutting in between B and C. For that, we'll be drawing an projection, thin line projection. Okay, so that we'll get to know that where exactly it is cutting down exactly. Okay, so we can mention here 3. So this is where we're getting 3, and similarly here, exactly here, we're getting 4. Okay, and this point here we're getting 5, exactly on that vertical edge. Okay, now we have to draw the development of this. So I'll be drawing an parallel line here from the top face with a thin line. Okay, draw straight line. Now using offset command, we are going to consider this. We have to draw, because it is a square prism, it is having 4 faces. Okay, so we are going to extend until we get four faces here, because it is a square prism. Okay, now we can mention, can show the dimension here, and we can write down these vertical edges as capital A, this is capital B, this is capital C, capital D, and capital A. Okay, so now we can see the 1 we are getting on a exactly here, and 2 and 5 we have to draw an extension line here, a straight line from that point. So in order to get the exact point, I am going to use the split command here. So by splitting it, we get the exact point here. So from this point, from this exact point, yes, I'm getting there. Okay, so I will be drawing a thin line so that we can able to mark 2 and 5. And now you can see we have to mark point number 3 and 4. Point number 3 and 4 we have to mark by measuring this distance from B to 3. So go to, you can split it. This is what the exact length we wanted. So I'm going to use the split command again here. Then I will use smart dimension. So it is 12.25. So this is what the exact length. We have to cut it using arc by center. Okay. So go to arc by center command. From point 2, you can give the radius 12.25 from that exact vertical edge, this point 12.25, enter and cut the arc. The same way we should cut it from the vertical edge from the point 5, vertical edge D here. The same length we should consider 12.25, enter and sweep. So this is where we are getting point 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Okay. So now we can join it with a thick line, and this is what the development of this problem. You can see here exact points, you can get it easily. You can zoom in and get the exact point. Okay, and then join, and we need to dark only the retained portion. Okay, here I think I have missed one, so I'm writing that. Okay, now we have to dark the retained cut portion, and the remaining thing should be there in the thin lines. Okay, so okay, now we have to make the upper portion as a thin line. Okay, so that it will get a clear understanding. So which are the thick line and which are the thin lines. Okay, I'll split it up exactly, because this portion also we should make it thin so that we get a clear understanding. Okay, so this line also I will make it as a thin line, 0.13. okay, and this portion also will make it as 0.13, okay, which I have already splitted. Okay, so this completes the problem. So guys, you can share it to the maximum students so that they can get benefited, and subscribe for the channel and hit for the bell icon for the latest notifications. Okay, you can share it to the maximum students so that they can be benefited from these videos. Thank you all. Thank you for watching the videos.